Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I'm here with my scrappy video of the weekend. Like I've been doing these, in case you're new to my channel, every weekend. I think this is number possibly 10, 9 or 10. And so what I do is once a week I pull out my scraps, my scrap box, and try to use as many scraps as I can. Really don't have time during the week. If I happen to need something, I will go to my scrap box, but don't have time to do any major scrap busting during the week as far as real kind of scraps for my scrap box. Here's my box. Not too bad. Not really getting too much bigger. Let's see what's in here. Lots of little stuff. But I used a few things this morning, which I've already put away, so I can't show you. But right now, I had pulled out these little... These I received in Happy Mail, and they're different kind of like pastel colors. Here's a plaid one. They're really pretty, and I thought it would be, I could use them as is, but maybe I could add some layering to them and see how they turn out, you know. And I thought I pulled them out because I thought I might use them in my current journals that I'm working on. So there is, 7 of them. I have a little goose here. I think this is from something. I pulled it off. You can see it was glued onto something here, and I pulled it off to use. I have some desk ephemera. I have some butterflies, and I have some rubber stamps in case I need them, these. And I have some baker's twine. So this I pulled out from my scraps. I had this in there because I just must have used a piece of it and just threw the rest in my scrap box. So I wanted to see what this looks like on one of these envelopes to see if I absolutely love it, or, you know, just what it does to an envelope. You never know sometimes until you try, right? And I have a couple of book pages over here that I'm gluing on today. So I'm going to try, see what this looks like. I'm going to, first of all, I think I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one for this side and one for the other side. And I can use these for whatever. I can glue them down. I can paper clip them onto a pocket, you know, on a page. I can use them for whatever, you know, anything like that. So let's just, I think I'm going to try to glue this in pieces, you know, not wrap it around. I think it's just because I think it would be easier that way. And so I'm going to cut this like right here. Let's see if that is the proper size for this envelope. And just glue it down and then see where we go from there. So today is kind of just, and it's, you know, usually, unless you really have a plan, like I have a project, just the perfect project for my scraps, you know, type of thing. Usually working with scraps is a experiment, but let me show you one thing before we get started on this. I also made these this morning. I had these little, I had some like scrap from, actually it was from some cardstock. Let's see, this is a piece right here. Is this the same color? Yeah, it's from this cardstock here. I had a piece like, say, this right here. I cut off because I can't use it and I need a even piece and I have to cut this off. So I had a piece I cut off and I cut it up into little tiny tags. This is another tag that I had here sitting. It was actually a rectangle and I cut it into a tag by cutting the 2 little angles here. Put a little hole on it with some baker's twine and stamped a stamp on here. On this side I glued and distressed a piece of doily. So, you know, it's a little tiny tag, but isn't it adorable now, right? It's just not plain. And on these right here, I just made them into tag shapes, you know, punched a little hole, added some baker's twine, and then they all have a number. Wide. I was using the number 2 this time. So I just stamped them all with a little number. And now doesn't that make a difference than just a plain tag? And they can be tied onto something. They can be written on the back as a little journaling spot, tucked in a pocket or whatever, but they're just not plain anymore. So a way to use up little strips or whatever and make them super cute. You don't have to glue anything on them. You can just put a stamp on there if you have some little stamps, you know. So I did that with those. So let's glue this down and see what it looks like. It's Saturday, so I don't know if I already said that. But yeah, it's Saturday, so super excited to have some major crafting time here. This morning I had my live with Maria at Maria's Miscellany. We had a live together this morning, and that was super fun to craft with Maria. We had missed some weeks, so super fun to get together with her and do some crafting. Then I went by the post office, and then next I went to Walmart, and I drove by on the way to Walmart because everything's opening up pretty much this weekend. I would say everything is open. As far as I can tell, I don't see anything that was closed, you know what I mean? So like last night on my way home from work, there's a very popular Mexican restaurant that is on my way home, and it's not new, it's been here for a long time, but it was in a little smaller space, a much smaller space, and they built a brand new place, nice and beautiful. But it's a family restaurant, you know, but it's a Mexican restaurant, so it's very popular. And anyway, last night, for the first time, once again, the parking lot was full. I mean, that parking lot is always full. That's why they moved from their small space and built their own big, you know, separate building. Actually, they didn't build a building. They refurbished a building and remodeled it into a Mexican restaurant. Okay, I'm going to put a piece on the back too. You know, and so it was open. It was nice to see that crowded again. Let's see. Let's cut off just this blue part. I'm going to cut off the end here and see what that looks like. So anyway, on my way to Walmart, I drove by my little favorite mom and pop thrift store. It wasn't open. I was like, oh man, she's not open yet. You know, pretty disappointed. And I was like, and Salvation Army, they usually open at 10, you know, before everything. They opened at 10. But I got there at about 10:45 this morning on my way to Walmart. It's right on my way, right near the post office. And it wasn't open. So I was like, oh, let me look at the hours. And it said 11. Now, I think they have new hours, maybe. I don't know. But the sign said, you know, the official printed sign said 11. So I was like, okay, I just guess I'll go to Walmart first and stop back by here after. So as I did that, I drove by my mom and pop little store, vintage store again, thrift store, and it was open. I was celebrating. So I know the owner, you know, we've become friends. So I, you know, went in there before I went to Salvation Army because I drove by there first, and I was very surprised to see the open sign up and the door open. Was the door open? No, the door wasn't open, but the open sign was up. And so I parked and went in, and she said, hi, and she said, we're open. I was like, woohoo, yay. We were both celebrating. So it was fun to see her. And she said during the close down or shut down, she actually acquired 2 estates. And that's what she does. Where she gets a lot of her stuff is from estates. So she was like, I'm putting it out, but I don't have a lot of room and stuff. And so I will show you on my Thrifty Tuesday video what I bought there. But she has some great new little things that were very unique and things I hadn't seen before as far as when I go thrifting. And it's like, I don't never see this, I never see this, I never see that, you know, type of thing. So I was like, well, I'm going to get these because I never see these. A couple things I've never seen before. So I was like, wow, this is awesome. And one of the things, I won't tell you what it is right now because it's kind of special to me, and I want to show you my Thrifty Tuesday video. So these 2 particular things, she told me the story about where she found them and everything. So I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that on Tuesday. But the downtown area where not everybody, but people, you know, it's usually bustling during normal times. It was bustling today with people, and there were, I saw on the downtown little strip where all the charming little stores are, I saw at least 2 people doing like a photo shoot for their graduation. They had their graduation gowns on. So that was fun to see people, you know, kind of celebrating their their graduation. in you know, a different way this year, but still they got to, you know, you always remember your graduation and where you graduated, and you remember like your kids' graduation and stuff, where they graduated. So I was thinking, made me think back to my kids' graduation, and like try to remember where I graduated, which of course I remember, but it's always, you know, something. It's not always the same. Everybody kind of graduates, at least in my family. Seems like everybody graduated in a different place. So, like my oldest son graduated in a coliseum because he graduated from a bigger school. And so they rented out a coliseum here in Greensboro, and he graduated there. Okay, I think that looks neat. Let's try to add something else. I have this little goose here. We could add her on there. I guess that's Mother Goose, maybe. Probably is. So we'll add her on there. And so this little like pocket or whatever will take on a whole new meaning after we've added all of this on here, right? So a whole new look from where it started. Let's see, I think I want to use some art glitter glue on here. This is a little thick, so I want to make sure it lays down and sticks good. But yeah, my oldest son graduated from, you know, his graduation was in a coliseum. And then my younger son, we had moved, and he went to, we moved to the country, so it's, I don't think, you know, I mean, compared to big high schools, I'm sure it's probably a small school, but his graduation was out on the football field. So, but no matter where you are, it's special, and you have that memory. So it was kind of, you know, fun to see the graduates downtown doing their little photo shoot and walking around with their families and stuff. The farmers market, there's a really nice new farmers market downtown, and that was open. There were people, of course, selling their fruits and vegetables, but also crafters. I saw some crafters there as I drove by, and so that was fun. And so then I went to, you know, dropped by my little store and found some things after Walmart, and I dropped by Salvation Army and I found a couple things there too, not very much, but a couple things. So, okay, there's the first one. Pretty cool. I'm gonna leave the back blank in case I decide to glue it down. I won't be, you know, covering up anything too important, but I wouldn't want to cover her up, so she's on the front, Mother Goose. So I'm going to put this over here with my done stuff and move on to the next one. I want to do something different. I like that, but I wonder if, I don't think any of these I have these little not butterflies, but dragonflies that I stamped on muslin. I can either, I don't think they're going to look good on here. They're a little, you know, they're coffee colored ink. So, and these are kind of pastel and kind of almost like spring colors. So I just don't really think these go. Although I did one this morning and I cut it out. Fussy cut it out, and that was really cool. But I don't think these are going to go. So let me see what else might be able to pull out and put on here. Let me look through my scraps. Here's a piece of green. That really wouldn't go. This color, these are multicolored. Kind of clashy, right? We could do, oh, that's pretty. I like this color here. Let's see what else I have. Oops. But at Walmart, there really wasn't anything new. Oh, here's something I can use up. This little piece of doily would go on one of these pink envelopes really nicely. And I could use that up like this. See, this would be, if I glue it down, it'll be glued down back here, and I could just put this here. Let's see which one I want to put it on. I think I want to put it on this one. But yeah, so things are pretty much the same at Walmart and my Walmart. And I kind of like when I talk about my town and when I see how things are in my town, my area, you know, I always think, I kind of think, oh, it's like this everywhere. But I don't know if it is, you know, especially after I talked to Maria this morning, because like my area, she's like, she said they have TP there and they have kind of pretty much everything except for hand sanitizer. But here we still do not have TP. There was some little 4-packs, but not the big packs, you know, of TP. And then we still don't have hand sanitizer. We still don't have like Lysol spray. We don't have like antiseptic wipes. We don't have, at my Walmart, it completely ran out of, pretty much out of fabric that you would use in crafting journals, like cotton fabric, and crafting face masks and things like that. None, no thread, no sewing machines, no fabric. It's because I look every week, because I don't need any fabric, but I did need some fabric for something that I'm making that's not for my frogs that I showed you. I wanted to look for some fabric for my frogs, and just nothing like that there right now still. So it's apparently not the same everywhere, as from what I'm hearing, that some areas are getting, oh, isn't that pretty? I really like that. Huh. Amazing. Okay, used up a scrappy doily here. I like it just like that, really. Do I want to add anything else? Do I want to add some little bit of distressing on the side, maybe? It doesn't have to be distressed. I just kind of like want to give it a finishing touch there, as far as the edges of the doily there, kind of where they meet the envelope. It kind of brings it all together. So I like that a lot, just like that. I think it's beautiful. Okay, another one down. Took a while, didn't it? Okay, so let's see if we can knock out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more if we want to. Now this one, is it raining? Wow, it was just really super sunny this morning. And the high is 82 today. It's 81 right now. And now it's, I see raindrops outside. So if you won't be able to hear it, but well, here's some, let's see. Here's some napkin. This would be pretty on something. Scrappy piece of napkin. Let's cut it straight here so I can use it. And it has butterflies on it. Oh, I didn't know it was going to rain today. It was so sunny. I couldn't believe that. I can't believe it's raining. Let's see. Now here's an extra little white piece down here. I'm going to cut that off. But other than that, that's my update on my area. So you can compare it to your area. So maybe you're like, oh wow, I guess I feel lucky because we have all that stuff now, except for maybe hand sanitizer, you know. Or yeah, we're in the same boat. We don't have any of that stuff either. So pretty crazy. But everything's opening up as far as people going back to work on Monday here. So we'll see how, like, the traffic has already picked up by last Thursday and Friday. I noticed when I was going home, I was like, oh my, what happened? There's traffic out here. Where did this come from? And then let me see how I want to do this. I don't know. You know what? I could also use these as a pocket, like on the bottom of a page. Could be a pocket here and a pocket here. So I was just trying to figure out if I could put this, if I want to put this sideways. So I can put it, or do I need to like fussy cut out the butterflies? But I think I can put it like this. So let's see which one I want to put it on. This has pinks and blues, so it can go on either one. Gosh, I think it looks better. Well, you know, it looks good on either one because the pinks here go with, I like it here, really. I like it on both. Do I have any more? So let's see what it looks like here. I'm just going to Mod Podge it on with my glue stick. It's Craft Bond, so yeah, if you hear raindrops, you probably can't hear it. I always think maybe you can hear it because it's like, oh, it's getting louder. But you probably can't hear it. If it thunders, you'll hear that, right? Okay, so, all right. So I've been working on some journals, and I just had this stuff out here, and I was like, oh, isn't that pretty? And I was like, let me just go ahead and do my scrappy video today and use up some of this stuff on my desk. I have that desk ephemera over there too I need to use up. Isn't that pretty? Okay, another one done with just from scraps. Decorating with scraps. Okay, we've got 4 more. I know I'm going kind of slow, but I kind of, you know, just playing it by ear here. Now I've got this pretty lady here. I wonder if we can use her up. I was using this morning to decorate some tags or like little journaling cards I had cut out of scrap paper. And I was like, these need more. So I was just kind of adding layers with this paper, and this is what's left of it. So, and let me see which one. She's got a lot of bright colors in her. Used up all my pink envelopes because she's pink, but it's amazing, like when you just cut something out and glue it down. I might put her on, I don't want to put her on plaid. I don't think she goes with plaid, but she might go with one of these. Let's see. Let me just go ahead and tear her out, because it's amazing when you tear something out how different it might look, right? Or cut it out, the same thing. Okay, there she is. And then I was just, you know, we might need a layer in between her and this to bring it all together. So we'll see if I'll see if I can find something here. And if I don't end up using her here, I'll have her ready for something else, right? But this really knocks off all the white edges there, which is nice, looks much better than having those white edges. So that can go on one of these blue ones if I have something to go in between, possibly. Here's a little piece of, I think she needs, well, let me see. I think she needs, let me see what I have here. I have manila folder, I have some calendar pieces. How would she look? She would look good on here, but will that look good on there? You know, I might just put her on here, and well, I might put that on there. I do like her on here though. I think I'll go ahead and add her to this. Let's add her to this. These are little calendars. They're 2020 that I got from at work from a company that we order from, and I'll put her at the top to cover up that. Yeah, I like that. But then I coffee dyed them. They're coffee dyed. You can see the back. It's you know, it's all coffee dyed. So they look like they're old calendars, but they were brand new. But I've distressed them. So let's glue her down, even if I don't. And this can be used as a journaling card because it's, you know, I can just use this by itself. She looks beautiful on there, and I could round the corners. Let's see what that looks like. See, I just kind of, when you play it by ear, kind of just, things just happen sometimes. And you kind of divert from your plan, right? Isn't that pretty? I like it. Do I have anything else I want to put on here right now? I can picture some lace or something in here, but I don't have anything right here right now. So do I? No. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know what, though? Let me put this over to the side. Oh, you know what I have? Oh, my word. I have this. I wonder if I can put this on here somewhere, a piece of it. This is from a book. The books I took apart. If you watch those, I have one right here. These storybook journals I'm working on. Let me grab one just as a reminder. I have these right here. I'm working on these. I have a stack right there. I'm dying to get back to this, but I've been working on these. I won't show it right now, but this came from the spine. It was under the spine that I took off. So I said, this is the only one that came out whole, and I said, oh, that is so cool. I have to use that somewhere, so I could use if I use a piece on this one, and I could use the other piece on the bottom right here. I mean, why not, right? So let's just cut this right here. I mean, I just kept it here so that I could use it somewhere, but I had no idea what I was going to use it for. But here we go. We're going to use it right now. So I'm going to put some art glitter glue on here and just glue that down as a little lacy piece. Let me get my art glitter glue. So fun, right? And I think I'm just going to put it on. See, this is where it was glued on to the spine right here, and this is the front part. So I'm going to put some glue right here just on, whoops, these kind of like paper edges here, and glue that down. So I'll have to be careful when I put it into a pocket. Might have to just paper clip it onto a page. We'll see. I mean, I could put a little bit of glue on this part, and I just want to get this glue down first and see what it does. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it like that. I could cut these off, but I'm gonna leave it. It's not too big, so I just like the, I just like the look of it, and that it is a piece from the spine of an old journal, a vintage, very vintage journal, I mean vintage book. So there we go. Cool. Let me see. Make sure it's down good and not sticking out. It's sticking out just a hair right here. I just don't want that to catch on anything. Okay, I think that's good, and it's glued down good. And how does it feel? Like if I were to put this in a pocket, it feels pretty solid. Let me push this down here at the top too. Kind of like really mash it down so it's nice and as flat as possible, and all kind of sealed between. There's no opening there. Okay, so I could put a little glue in here. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to come off. I think I'm going to leave it like that because I don't want to ruin the look of it here. You can see the numbers through there. Okay, so I'm going to consider that one done right now, and if I have anything else I want to add, like anywhere here, I will do that later if anything pops into my head. So this piece, this is the other calendar. Let's go ahead and read around the corners. And let me put the lid on my glues here for a second. I don't need a lid on my art glitter glue because I'm getting ready to use that, but yeah, everything else. Do I need this right now? I don't think so. So this is the back where I put the glue on this piece. See, stuff like this I just leave out on my desk. I'm like, I don't put it away because I'm like, well, where am I going to put that? I don't have a place for crazy stuff like this. I kind of just leave it out so that when I have a spot to use it, I can just use it. Okay, so this is going here, over on the side of this one. Again, we're going to mash that down so it's very flat. I don't want to break anything or pull anything apart though, so I'm being careful. Okay. It's all flat and together, no openings. Ah, my finger's stuck. Okay, so I have my little desk ephemera. Let's see if we want to use any of that. This I want to, oh, this looks cute on there though. But I think I need something bigger, like a butterfly. Anything else? Let me look at my scraps before I use something that's not a scrap. Let me glance over here to the side. I have this. What is this? Some fuzz. I have some fuzz. Oh, I have this. all of this from things that I've printed that I didn't use. I have all of this. This is stuff I printed that I didn't use. I probably can find something there. I'm just looking real quick to make sure there's nothing that grabs me. That, let's see, some things that could be background or anything like that. I don't see any more like images, just really pieces of scrapbook paper and papers and cardstock and stuff like that. Okay, let's go. Let's look for an image. More fuzz. Okay, I don't know what that's from. Okay. This is pretty here, this tree. I wonder what that would look like down there. I cut that out. Or one of these owl pieces. See these owl? This is a collage. These are by Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. These, and then this has pinks in it. This has more browns. This is from the same kit, and these are from the same kit. So, let me see this real quick. This is pretty right here. Let me just see this real quick. I just want a small image though. The tree, or I think I should go probably, oh look at this, I could cut this out right here. Is that big enough? The lady that I cut out, the little lady over here, see how big she is? She took up, you know, that whole side. So I could cut, see these are smaller images. Here's a tree right here too. This whole thing is a tree, but that's small again. I cut this out right here. I could rip something off, like I ripped that. Let's see if I rip something off. What about these birds? That would be cool. Sorry, I have to think about this a little bit. It's not rocket science, but if I rip this out right here, that would be pretty. I think that's the way to go. Let's see if we can rip this. Oh, this is two-sided. Hold on. Let's see what's over here. Okay, no, I want the birds. I want the birds. Okay, let me see what time we're getting to. Okay, this will be the last one for today. But we did quite, you know, not a lot, but what we did was really pretty. This is a little hard to rip, but I think the ripped edge will be good on here. Let's see if I can do this a little easier. Well, let's go down here. I might have to cut a little. Let's see, is that's just a piece of branch there. So the bird is right here. Yeah, I might need to cut this some. The bird's feet are right there. And I'm going to cut because I can't get around this part without, I just need to cut it out and then rip some more if I want, you know. I need to get it off here. And then I can rip. Okay, there we go. Now I can rip. I couldn't reach it. Okay. It's really kind of tough to rip cardstock. I've never done it before. I don't think. It's usually paper, right? Okay. We're doing it. Let's rip this piece right here. All right. And this is really, oh, this is going to go on the side anyway. I was going to say this is not ripped at all, but I'm going to put it to the side, so that's good. It's nice and even. See, that's going to be pretty. So let's get rid of this. Distress the edges. Make sure we don't have any white, glaring white edges here. Plus it'll look so much better. Look how pretty it looks with the distressed edges. Oh my goodness, that looks beautiful. With dark edges. This is just, you know, you guys know I don't have a lot of inks. I just use basically this one, you know, the vintage photo, the coffee archival ink, and the black ink from my stamps usually. So that's it. You know, once you know that, you know what I'm using, right? Okay, so this is going to go here. Art glitter glue. Let's get you going. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. I don't have too much planned as far as Nothing's happening except for my usual housework and crafting this weekend, and cleaning and stuff around the house. I do have a new craft project I'm kind of excited about. It's nothing to do with journaling. It's a sewing is it sewing? It's not even a sewing project. It's just a craft project, which if it's successful, it's pretty easy, but I've never done it before. So if it's successful, if I like the outcome, I will come back and show it to you what I made. So, but it's something really, something I've been thinking about for a while, but I didn't know, like, there's different ways to do it, and I finally discovered a way to do it this past week, I guess. And so do I have all the parts? I have to go to Walmart. I should have got it this morning, right? But I didn't because, I don't know, I didn't think about it. But I have to go back to Walmart to see if they have 2 things that I need to actually do the project. It's a matter of, I have 2 of the things I need. I have 3 of the things I need, and I need 2 more things. So, all right, so there we go. That's nice and flat, and there we have it's a journaling card, and there we go. Okay, so we diverted from these and got off on a tangent here on these, but I think these are super pretty and of course very vintage looking. And then, but we decorated these. We did get 3 of these done. So we got the one with butterflies, the doily, and Mother Goose. So super cool, right? Used some scraps, and so I'm happy. And so that's it for this weekend of scrapping. So I hope y'all are doing something with your scraps and having some fun with those. So I'll see you next weekend with some more crafty scraps, and then during the week with my other projects. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting!